What is up, Sooner Nation? I am Casey Mallon, and you are now, come on, get with me, in a Sooner state of mind. Make sure you subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, and Amazon Music. Sooner state of mind family, what is good? Set out running, but I take my time. A friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. The friend of the devil is no friend of mine, not this week. You know what time it is. Funnel cakes, fried everything, 92 large, 45K disgusting pieces of burnt orange apparel, and a whole lot of M&F or booming effing sooner. It's going down this Saturday, and I cannot wait to get it on. Our number 6 ranked 5-0 Oklahoma Sooners come in undefeated to take on the 3-2 Texas Longhorns. The Sooners are coming off a 44-0 beatdown of the Kent State Golden Flashes. And we're not going to do a deep dive into last week's game, just going to hit the cliff notes. Cliff notes. That's the pre-chat GPT days. Google it, nerds. Now, I got to say, I like that the Golden Flashes QB looked like he was in the death metal band Death Angel. Welcome to the third floor. It's a one-way trip. They locked the door. Look it up, nerds. Speaking of liking the way the QB looked, I liked what I saw from MHJ for the most part. 14-24, 162. Not jumping off the charts. 3 touchdowns. I like that. No interceptions. I like that a lot. He was a little inconsistent. And on some of his incompletions, they were very incomplete. But overall, like I said, no interceptions, no fumbles, no big mistakes, no costly mistakes. Didn't give anything to the other team. Now, I did like his connection with Satania. They had a little rhythm going. I was expecting more out of his run game, but I was expecting more out of the run game in general. Thought we would get right that week. But the coaching staff might have been keeping Hawk in check just a little bit. Didn't want to risk an injury with the meat of the SEC right around the corner. Even so, I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit worried about it moving forward. I do feel like it was getting closer to popping, but it still didn't pop. And that was Kent State. Texas, 2 S's, play some pretty good run D. But I do feel like it is getting closer. Blaylock obviously trending in the right direction. Against Kent State, 15 for 78. That's 5.2. That's pretty good, but a long of only 18. Not bad, though. Towards a star on the rise, man. And we also saw the most of Jade Knott that we've seen this entire season. He was 11 for 49, 4.5 per with a long of 12. And I might be alone on this, but I felt like he was really close to breaking off some big-time runs. I thought he was slicing through some holes, and I think he will be even more in sync with the O-line moving forward. I felt like it was close. And I hope so because this team is going to need it. It was also good to see Giovanni Gibson out there. Not a lot of work, but dude is big, and there is so much more that he can add to the offense. Nice to get his feet wet a little bit before a big game, just get a taste of what it's like to be out there in front of that crowd. And, you know, it is hard to complain about 44 points, but considering the opponent and the absurdity of expectations Sooner Nation puts on this football team at all times, it could have been a little cleaner. I'll say that. But you know what was so fresh and so clean? Do you? You want to know? This Oklahoma Sooners defense, including one Mr. David Stone. Put some respect on this dude's name because he is on the verge of total domination. And I saw some big grimace looking bald guy missing teeth talking down about my guy David Stone. I don't know what the hell this cat has been watching, but he needs to go check the film. Because if you call yourself an analyst and that's your takeaway, that's donk material, bro. Straight donk. And last Saturday, Stone was on a mission, and it was a vulgar display of power. And I think Stone delivered his best performance of his young career. Unblockable, completely unblockable, and on several occasions ripped right through the double team. And his 6 tackles and 2 TFLs don't do justice to the type of game he was having. And in my opinion, this is just a taste, little small amuse bouche of what's ahead for this dude. Bigger and better things, man. I'm stoked for him. And speaking of dudes, R. Mason Thomas, he is him. The best closer in the game. Let me take you back. Third quarter, 3rd and 5, KSU deep in their own territory. RMT destroys his blocker, goes airborne like LT, destroys Death Angel, sack, fumble. Grayson Halton picks it up. Touchdown Sooners. Freaking sweet. And I want more of that on Saturday. Eat it up. It's so delicious. And on the day, 16 Sooners with multiple tackles and 24 players with at least 1 tackle. And as a unit, 5 sacks, 13 TFLs, 2 turnovers, a defensive touchdown, and a shutout. I don't care who you're playing. When you hold a team to 17 yards rushing and 118 yards passing and 0 points, that's a BFD, people. And I think this unit has room to improve, and I believe they will. And the Sooners did all of that without Dominic Williams and Jaden Jackson. Come on now. Those dudes are going to be frothing to destroy some of that Bevo action. They're going to be ready. PJ had a great game. Danny Okoye looks like he's figuring things out. There's a ton of upside on that dude. We got a squad, y'all. Big time. Big time. That being said, all Texas had to do was go into Florida, into the swamp, and beat a 1-3 Florida team. And what did they do? Left a big, giant, stinky, steamy Bevo right on the bed, Amber Heard style. The Horns go down 29-21 and drop completely out of the top 25. A total plummet from number 1 in the country to unranked. Now, I can't say that I am unhappy they lost, because it does bring me joy every time those jerks lose. But I was stoked when they were the number 1 team in the country and everyone was talking about how great Texas is. The best team money can buy. What do you get for 40 mil? But all glory is fleeting. We just didn't expect it to be fleeting so fast. Nonetheless, this is still a very dangerous team. There's a lot of talent over there, and our Sooners will definitely have their hands full, regardless of the record Texas comes into this game with. But if only we had a secret weapon for the Red River rivalry. Because this will be the 3rd time in 4 years that the Horns will catch us with our backup quarterback. Or will it? The initial injury report came out this week. Out. Cade McIntyre, Troy Everett, Jacob Sexton, Jake Taylor. Questionable, Keontez Lewis. And that's pretty amazing, seeing how fast dude went into the wall at the crazy angle. It was very scary, and it sounds like it's all good. Sounds like it was just a big-time collision, and maybe the angle he went in actually helped him. Hated seeing it. Stopped the game and made everything weird, but luckily it looks like dude is okay, and he is questionable for the game on Saturday. We do have one doubtful, Logan Howland, and one more questionable player on that list. As of Wednesday, October 8th, number 10, quarterback John Mateer, questionable to play on Saturday. There was some talk in Norman last week. My best friend's sister's boyfriend's brother's girlfriend heard from this guy who knows this kid who's going with the girl who saw Mateer pick up a tortilla with his right hand at Chipotle. I guess it's pretty good news. Depends on what you hear and what you believe, but it sounds like Money Mateer will indeed be back for this game. Now, it's been a little over 2 weeks since his surgery. Not a lot of time. But when you're made of titanium, you heal quickly. But the Sooners have been practicing indoors due to the heat. A little warm out there. Keep them inside nice and cool. And the Sooners have gone from dogs to 1.5 favorites. That is weird. Do with that information what you will. But if I'm shaking a magic 8-ball, all signs point to yes. Mateer was dressed out last week. Was that just to put some doubt in the Texas minds? To at least make them prepare for both quarterbacks? But Mateer is as tough as they come. If he can grip it, and if he can rip it, Dude is gonna play. If it's just a pain tolerance thing, no prob, Bob. This guy can handle that. Channel his inner Baker Mayfield. It's just mind over matter or mind over materia. And all that matters is kicking the shit out of those jerks from Austin. How do we do that? Hopefully the evolution of the run game continues. If we can get Blaylock or Ott in space, there's meat on that bone just waiting to be had. And I expect Arbuckle to be in his bag and show the Horns a new wilderness of offensive goodness. It would help if our O-line plays their best game of the season. And I love Hawk. I love Michael Hawkins Jr. He is a great and ascending player. He's got the right mind, yoked AF, and will do everything in his power to play his best game. But that being said, Mateer was playing on a whole nother level before their injury. Some of the best quarterbacking in the country. So hopefully he can get back there or even past there on Saturday if he's going to play. Can you imagine the roar of Sooner Nation and half of the Cotton Bowl if and when they see Mateer run out on the field as the starter? Pandemonium, baby. Pandemonium. We shall see. Special teams have been incredible this season. Liability last year, not the case this year. They've been awesome, a big-time factor, and they've given us an edge in all 5 games so far this season, and that will have to continue on Saturday. So many times when the offense was struggling, big punt, changed the field position, gave us room, nailing long field goals, great returns. Got to have that on Saturday. But the unit that will win this game for us will be the defense. The 2 things that do worry me about Texas are the deep ball, which Manning does pretty well, and little arch breaking containment and running, which he also does really well. I expect some sort of spy or delayed blitzes, as well as a whole bunch of pressure Little Arch has never seen. That Texas O-line can definitely be got. And I think Arch will give us a couple of ints on some poor decisions, maybe a couple sack fumbles. Dude is going to get hit. Believe that. Will he play the best game of his career? Possibly. It's going to be hard to come by against this defense. And he might play well, but I don't really see that happening. I think Little Arch and their entire O-line will be overwhelmed. And I'm hoping this thing gets ugly and we put a total beat down on those stinking Beavos. I hope we assert domination on them. I would love for this to be an ugly, worry-free game. put it in cruise control and coast and be jamming up the Twitters, letting them hear about it. I mean, I don't think that'll happen, but I hope that it does. I do think the Sooners are the better team, and I believe in the defense. And there might just be a little Sooner magic floating in the air come Saturday afternoon. Let's hope these Stoke levels are even higher on Saturday night. Sooner State of Mind family, you know what to do. Hive mind, hive mentality, bring it all in together. Collectively, we bring the energy. We create that Sooner state of mind that unites us, that propels us to victory. Do your part. We all do our parts, and we do it together, and we rise above. Collectively, we are stronger together. Don't forget it. That's what makes Sooner State of Mind something special. To say that I am freaking stoked for this weekend would be an understatement. Just got to breathe. Just breathe. Now, there are a couple of other tasty games on Saturday. None that will have my attention more than OU versus Texas, but I will be watching the other games. Got a couple good early games. Number 1, Ohio State at number 17, Illinois. The Buckeyes are 5-0. The Illini are 5-1. Illini got smoked by Indiana a couple weeks ago. They bounced back by kicking the crap out of USC. The Buckeyes are 14.5-point favorites, and they look outstanding to me. That's a good team that is going to be reckoned with, and they're going to get better as the season progresses too. Here's a tasty one in our backyard. Number 8, Alabama at number 14, Missouri. The Tide are 4-1. Mizzou is 5-0. It's at Missouri, but Bama are 3.5-point favorites, and they seem to have turned a corner. Vandy was giving them all they wanted for a little bit, but they just took over late, got that separation. I don't know what to expect out of Missouri. We're hearing they're pretty good. They got a 5-0 record. Let's see what happens on Saturday. Either way, one of those teams will lose before we kick it off, so that's a win. Indiana, number 7, Indiana, 5-0. They're heading to Oregon to take on the number 3 Ducks, who are also 5-0. Oregon, 7.5-point favorites, and that is a tough place to play. Dante Moore is playing incredible football right now, and I think that continues on Saturday, man. It is going to be wild, people. Kansas, they're 4-2. They're going to number 9, Texas Tech. Tech is 5-0, 14.5-point favorites. They're getting a logo makeover soon. And right now, that team is playing outstanding football and has everything right in front of them for a Big 12 championship and a berth in the college football playoff. Can they keep going? Will there be a letdown? Don't know. I don't think it comes on Sunday. And then number 10, Georgia at unranked Auburn. The Bulldogs are 4-1. Auburn is 3-2. Georgia only a 3.5-point favorite in this one. It's a little bit of a head scratcher for me. I think it'll be bigger than that, but it is a tough place to play. But these teams, to me, feel like they're headed in different directions. Oh, and then right down the street, people, we got number 15, Michigan at USC at the Coliseum. Michigan 4-1, SC 4-1, and SC is 2.5-point favorites in this game. I think Michigan is much tougher than them. I think they will bully SC in the Coliseum. It will be interesting to see how many Michigan fans are there. There's going to be a lot of Navy in the crowd. Lots of Navy. Big weekend, people. Get your mind right. Drink lots of water. Hydrate. Breathe. Cut the caffeine off a couple hours before game time. Go out, get a walk in. Take the dog for a walk. Take the kid to the park. Do what you got to do. Eat a nice, healthy breakfast. Okay? We're going to need every bit of energy. We're going to need to pull it together. And hopefully on Saturday night, we got a case of the feel-goods, baby. You know what I'm talking about. Head on over to Believe.com. That's BLEAV.com. Go to shows. Type in Sooner State of Mind. That's Sooner State of Mind. And you are locked, my friends. We have a ton of great content. Every team, every topic, everywhere. Believe.com. And if you want to watch Sooner State of Mind, head on over to YouTube and search the Football Dudes. We are there. The Trend Zone over at YouTube right now has got you dialed in for all your NFL wants and needs. I'm telling you, we got college with Sooner State of Mind and the Trend Zone for NFL. I got you, people. I got you covered, okay? Go subscribe, like, comment. Let's get a dialogue going. Let's talk about what we love. And what we love is football, specifically OU football, okay? My name is Casey Mallon, and I am in a Sooner state of mind. Sooner state of mind. Sooner state of mind.